When you are publicly insulted or disrespected, your fragile ego immediately begs you to fight back. You believe that responding with anger proves you are strong. But legendary Stoic operators discovered a far more terrifying weapon. While taking a brutal beating in front of a hostile, racist crowd that literally wanted him dead, heavyweight champion Jack Johnson didn't get angry. He just smiled. With a bloody, torn lip, he weaponized cheerful, unshakable joy to completely shatter his opponent's mind before ever throwing a knockout punch. Every single time you show frustration, you willingly hand over your leverage to your enemies. But the philosophical framework Johnson used is being deliberately hidden from you by a modern culture that profits from your endless outrage. Media, corporations, and toxic individuals survive by keeping you in a constant state of reaction. This elite Stoic protocol, the art of tactical detachment, is quietly being mastered by the top 1% to completely dominate social dynamics, and the window to learn it is rapidly closing as the world demands more and more of your constant anger. If you do not master this ancient philosophy right now, every time someone disrespects you, you will willingly hand them the keys to your mind, guaranteeing you remain their property forever. By the end of this video, you will learn the exact philosophical switch ancient emperors and former slaves used to mathematically extract power from their enemies without saying a single word. Shut the video off if you want to remain a puppet to your emotions, or stay to learn the ancient framework of absolute dominance. Let's completely strip away the illusion. How did Marcus Aurelius weaponize silence? You think that returning fire makes you an intimidating presence in the room. You believe that when someone crosses your boundaries, exploding in anger proves to everyone that you are a dominant force. The philosophical reality is the exact opposite. Every time you lose your temper, the entire room instantly stops respecting you. They do not see a strong, formidable leader. They see a fragile soul begging for control. They see a man who is entirely dependent on external conditions to dictate his internal state. Think about the darkest moments of your life when you lashed out. You felt powerful for a fleeting microsecond, but almost immediately after, you felt the bitter sting of regret. That regret is your intuition recognizing that you just surrendered your leverage. The ancient Stoics understood that true power requires absolutely zero external permission to exist. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius commanded the greatest army in human history. He faced betrayals, plagues, and endless wars. Yet his private journals, the Meditations, are completely devoid of panic, vengeance, or rage. Late in his reign, Marcus received the news that his most trusted general, Avidius Cassius, had rebelled in Syria and declared himself Caesar. Marcus should have been furious. History would have completely forgiven him for wanting to ruthlessly crush the man who betrayed his friendship and threatened his legacy. Instead, Marcus did absolutely nothing. He kept the betrayal a secret from his own troops, who might have been enraged on his behalf. When he finally spoke, he did not seek bloody revenge. He ordered his army to march, but announced that their great prize of war would be to capture Cassius alive, simply to forgive him. Marcus weaponized silence and radical forgiveness. He understood that responding with the expected rage would lower him to the level of a common warlord. By refusing to react emotionally, he maintained absolute, untouchable superiority. He proved that the ultimate display of dominance is refusing to let your enemy alter your character. What is the Stoic concept of Eph'Hemin? To achieve this level of elite detachment, you must understand a fundamental law of the universe. Epictetus, a man who was born into literal slavery, physically chained and beaten by his master, discovered a philosophical truth that made him freer than the Emperor of Rome. He taught the concept of ta Eph'Hemin, a Greek phrase meaning what is up to us. He taught that we must violently divide the world into two distinct categories, the things we control and the things we do not. You do not control what other people say about you. You do not control their disrespect, their ignorance, their betrayals, or their attempts to sabotage your reputation. Those are external factors, they are not up to you. But you maintain absolute, undeniable control over your judgment of those events. If someone insults you, the insult itself is merely sound waves traveling through the air. It has no physical power to harm you. The only way you can be harmed is if you choose to accept the insult and agree with it. Choose not to be harmed, Marcus Aurelius wrote, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. When you react to disrespect, you are mathematically telling the universe that you value the opinion of your enemy more than you value your own peace of mind. Why would you allow the words of a deeply flawed, insecure individual to dictate the rhythm of your own life? The next time someone disrespects you, do not compress the space between the event and your reaction. Create a gap. In that gap, your true power resides. Strip away their words and observe them objectively. They are simply projecting their own massive failures onto you. Their disrespect has nothing to do with your value and everything to do with their broken character. Why do manipulators desperately need your anger? Why do toxic individuals and manipulators constantly try to provoke your anger? Because anger is a direct transfer of power. From a strategic standpoint, the exact millisecond you get mad, you hand over your behavioral blueprint. You reveal your deepest insecurities. You show the world exactly what words and actions are required to break your discipline. You become a predictable machine. If an enemy knows that insulting your pride will make you yell and lose focus, they own you. They can pull that string whenever they want you to make a fatal mistake. As the philosopher Seneca observed, men protect their money with high walls and weapons, yet they allow anyone to walk in and steal their time and peace of mind. Every time you argue with a fool, every time you let a disrespectful comment ruin your day, you are willingly handing your enemy the most precious currency you possess: your focus. Your enemies are relying entirely on your participation. Their entire strategy depends on you flinching. They need you to care. They need you to fight back on their terms so they can drag you down into the mud where they operate best. When you refuse to participate, when you offer a blank stare instead of a heated argument, you completely break their script. You leave them swinging wildly at the air, exhausting their own energy while you stand perfectly still. You starve them of the oxygen they desperately need to survive. How to practice absolute tactical detachment. The Greeks had a word for this ultimate state of being: apatheia. It does not mean apathy in the modern, lazy sense. It means the kind of calm equanimity that comes with the total absence of irrational or extreme emotions. It is the brutal domestication of your desires and fears. To practice this, you must build what the Stoics called the inner citadel. It is an invisible metaphysical fortress inside your soul that no external adversity, no insult, and no chaotic event can ever penetrate. You are not born with this citadel. It is forged through the ruthless discipline of observing your own thoughts and restricting your impulses. During the good times, we build this fortress so that during the dark times it may protect us. Let's completely destroy the illusion of the hothead. You proudly label yourself as passionate. You think your explosive reactions prove you are a strong, assertive man. Let me tell you a painful truth. Your inability to remain calm is the ultimate proof that you lack internal discipline. Average men are slaves to their environment. If they are insulted, they are angry. If they are praised, they are happy. They are leaves blowing in the wind, completely at the mercy of the weather. Status is not given to leaves. Status is given to the mountain. When you adopt the Stoic framework of the inner citadel, your status skyrockets because people recognize something terrifyingly rare: a human being who cannot be moved. In a boardroom, in a negotiation, or in a crisis, the person who breathes the slowest and speaks the least always holds the absolute leverage. People will naturally defer to you because your calm certainty implies that you are tapped into a deeper wisdom they do not possess. You become completely untouchable. What happens when you refuse to fight back? There is a final, ultimate step in this philosophy. It is not just tolerating disrespect. It is not just enduring the obstacles. It is loving them. The Stoics called this amor fati, a love of fate. You learn to love the disrespect, the betrayal, and the chaos because every single one of those negative events is an opportunity to practice your philosophy. The man who insults you is actually doing you a massive favor. He is providing you with a free training ground to test the strength of your inner citadel. He is testing your armor. Think back to Jack Johnson in the ring. He didn't just tolerate the racial slurs and the brutal punches. He loved the opportunity to prove his unbreakable spirit. He smiled because he knew that every insult thrown at him was a testament to his opponent's weakness, and every moment he remained calm was a testament to his own monumental strength. The next time life hands you a deeply unfair, frustrating situation, remember the power of the blank face. Remember that reacting is surrendering. You have a choice right now. You can close this video and go back to being a puppet. You can continue letting average people dictate your mood, constantly explaining yourself and fighting pointless battles just to protect a fragile ego. Or you can lock the gates of your inner citadel. You can decide that from this exact second forward, your mind is impenetrable. You will smile at the chaos. You will watch fools destroy themselves with their own noise. And you will walk through this world completely untouched.